Hey, so the following video you're about to watch is From Within the Knowledge. It's an awesome piece of content by Wishnowsky, and she does some amazing stuff with warm-ups, and we have a whole series from her. So if you like it, stay till the end. There's a cool little fun offer where you can get some more of these for Frizzle. Enjoy.
This is our band-focused warm-up, and I say band-focused, but it is really just gymnastics-focused. The reason I say band-focused is because you'll want to set up the bands ideally before class, or just make sure you're super clear with your members about where the bands are going up. Because we have 4 sets of increasing thickness bands, you're probably going to want to do this either on a day that the rig is not really being used, so you can just leave them up between classes, or make sure your members are able to pick them up, take them down really quickly. So the movements are this: on that first set of red bands, or the lightest bands that you have, you're going to do a ring muscle up transition piece. I'll demonstrate all these in a second. Then on that gray one, you're going to do a Maltese pull down. So that's a straight arm movement. We're focusing on really locked elbows. Similar on the blue bands over there, we're going to do a lever pull. So again, a straight arm movement, but we're pulling in the other direction. And then on that last one, we're going to practice stabilizing the rings, just using the bands. So those are the movements we're going to walk through. There will be some considerations. Obviously, if you only have one set of bands, you might encounter difficulties with a larger class. So you'll need to make sure you've got one person on each station rotating through them. And if you've got several groups of people to get through, the rest of them need to be holding a hollow body, holding an isometric lunge, sitting on a bike, doing something else whilst everyone is working their way through this. In an ideal world, we can get through this twice if you're giving people a minute on every single station. That might not be possible in your space. That's totally fine. Just get through it once, and at least they'll have tools to walk away with and play with on their own time. Cool. I'm going to show you what these movements look like. So this is your red band ring muscle up drill. So we're taking a kind of like a pretend false grip on the bands, pulling straight to the chest, leaning down and through into our dip position, and pushing into the floor. Then as we reverse out, we still want to hit the bottom of a dip position, trace the chest as you come back here, and then reach back up. Your members will do this. That's not correct. We want them to do their best to really replicate the positions of the ring muscle up so that we're building strength in that transition piece where it's really tough. And if you want to make this a quicker drill, you can literally just get them to start here, trace through, and rock back into it. This is the part where people are weak, so let's double down and spend some time there. So that's the first one. Our next one, straight arm pushing. So grab those bands, underhand, step forward a little bit, face toward the ground ever so slightly, and then bring your hands down into the front by your sides. Cool. 12 of those. If your members are stronger, they can kind of choke up the band and do it up there. If they need a little bit more help, they can elevate their feet onto a plate. Then we've got our straight arm pulling drill in the other direction. So we pulled here with our elbows locked. Now we're going to pull here with our elbows locked. Most members will need a fair bit of band for this. So I'd recommend doubling up on your second to heaviest, or even on your heaviest bands. Get them to step in. They can use a J hook if they need a safer way to step into it, but I'm going to cheat. Both feet in. Shoulders to toes is one unit. We don't want them bending at the hip. So really tight here, and then just push down. Elbows should remain pretty much locked. Lastly, banded support jumps. I love these. They're so fun. So the same way that we would get into a support hold in the rings, we're going to press down into them, and then we're going to drop into a straight arm position, push, cool. Now, members will end up here. You want to make long neck, push the shoulders down, far as they can, elbows face forward, get that bicep vein to face the front of the room, and then hold that position locked out. This will be enough for some members. For those that are a bit stronger, make the bands stretch. Okay, it's also just so fun. It's a really cool warm-up because everyone gets a little bit of a giggle out of it, but it's quite challenging. Like just holding the bands in that position, it's more wobbly even than the rings, so people's instinct will be to like clutch it to themselves. Don't let them. Make sure it's off the body, facing forward, just as we want with our ring support hold. Cool? I love that one. This is a great way to start exposing members to those straight arm strength pieces, to like stabilizing the rings, or in this case, they're not rings, but it will translate quite nicely to holding a support on the ring with a little bit less load because it's not your whole body weight. And these are things that you can actually improve over time. Like this eventually becomes a full lever if you're really strong, right? So these are all things that you can get better at with time. That becomes a ring support, that becomes an actual ring muscle up. You can see how these things contribute to long-term athletic development.
As I said at the beginning, that was Anna. She has an amazing set of videos that we have with Inside the Knowledge, and we actually wanted to give you a few of those for free. So if you click the link below this video, you're going to get access to a special playlist in Uscreen that is totally free. You don't have to have an account or anything like that, and it's going to give you some of her amazing warm-up videos. And at the end of that, if you want to look in that playlist there's actually a little coupon code from her that'll allow you to get your first month discounted, as well as give a kickback to Anna. So check that out and enjoy the heck out of Anna Wishnowsky's amazing stuff.